all nine. All nine, all nine.
Ladies and gentlemen.
MCAP, Movement for Change and Prosperity.
MCAP family, work wisely. All nine, all nine. Vote all nine. This time, yes we will. Yes we will.
I want to start off to talk about one item that when I saw it on Facebook, I had to also talk about it in London last week because it upset me. There is a family in David Hill. This is a family that I'm very close to from Cork Hill. A poor family, but what we can say to the children of David Hill coming out of that poor family in Cork Hill is a specialist doctor. Yes. Specialist doctor. And don't let anybody come into your house and take a picture because they believe you're poor and you need help. Yes. I have said to the lady this evening, because I went into her house as my friend, we have the same birthday. When I look around the house, if I had believed what they had on Facebook, then I would have said so. Yes. The house was clean.
Yes. 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 I went there.
The house was clean.
I went there too.
And if they had an issue with the problems in the house, they sell hardware material. They sell plumbing supplies. They're plumbers. They should have gone and fixed it. But we will go in there tomorrow and we will fix it.
Yes! Preach it! Preach it, my brother!
We must not allow people to use poor people to use their circumstance for political gain. Do not let anybody do that with you. When we were putting up these buildings up the hill, I saw some young girls coming down the hill. They had under their arm a laptop computer. Yes. Laptop computer. And I said to them, careful you fall down. They say if they fall down, then I'll drop the computer. I hear one of them saying they're not good. But let me say something here.
I'm grateful.
Had it not been for this government, you would not have had a computer.
Yes.
We have made sure that the poorest child in Montserrat has the same computer that the richest child in Montserrat.
You're hooking, Chief.
This is a government that cares about the people.
Yes, you're sharing the wealth.
When you see me walking around, you don't just see me with people in a jacket and tie. You see me hugging up the poor person as well.
Yes.
And I'm not doing it for a photo opportunity. I love the people of Montserrat.
Yes.
Whether you're rich or poor, it don't make a difference to me.
Yes.
I grew up in a poor household where we had the border using stone when we're doing whatever we did. Yes. So I know what it is to be poor.
Yes. Home run.
The house that we grew up in. The house that we grew up in. With 6 people living on it. My master bathroom is bigger than that house. But we survived. And the children in David Hill, I want you to look up and say, you can achieve. And this government will make sure that we work with you to achieve.
Home run! Home run! You're hooking to Chief.
I went to a certain captain house. And he said to me, look at next door to me. It needs cleaning up. I said to Trevor Howe, send the sanitary department down and let us get it done. Starting next week, a team with locals from within this community, and Captain will be one of those working on that.
Yes.
Will do the cleanup in this community.
Yes! Home run!
5 years ago, you had one concrete house across the road. 5 years ago. When we came here and we said, we will spend $7.5 million on Davy Hill, what did they say? Where you get the money from? When we say we're going to do something, we will do it. 17 houses up here, all occupied. People across the road who couldn't afford to build a house. And other people saying to them, do not accept that house from the government because they must give you a free house.
Nonsense.
Look at the people in those houses and ask them whether or not they're not proud owners of those houses. Some of them are right here in this room. You are owners of that house. You could not afford the full cost of the house. We simply ask you, how much can you afford, and government will pay the rest. And the house is yours.
Yes.
You don't have to beg nobody nothing.
Be John.
You have no call to beg nobody nothing. You must be proud as a homeowner in your own country.
You're going over the boundary, Chief. You're hooking over the boundary.
When we look at what happened on the previous administration, we lost $6 million in housing assistance, housing grant. $6 million.
Yes, greedy.
You know why? Dishonesty on the part of the ministers in that government.
Yes.
And they simply said, the only houses that we're going to build in Montserrat with British government money are those for the infirmed and mentally challenged.
Yeah.
But you want to build a house for your people? Since they were thieving the money, go find it yourself.
Yes.
And we said to them, we will find it. We will find it. And all of the houses that are being built in Montserrat is with your money from the Bank of Montserrat.
Yes.
Your money.
Yes.
Working alongside the grant funds that we were able to put to build those houses for the people of Montserrat.
Yes.
Next door, right on the site next door, 2 apartment buildings will be going up. They must be completed by September. Why September?
Election time.
I am using European Union funds, and they are saying to us, you must deliver a certain number of housing units, or you will lose the additional money which we promised you for other things. The plans are drawn and approved. Tendering will take place. We met with the team in finance today and said to them, don't cock up the tenders on this one this time. They will tender one time. And let us start putting houses in Davy Hill. Apartment buildings.
Yes. Chief, you're hooking to and you're hooking over.
We are building this community.
Yes.
And let me just go back a few years. When the people from George Street evacuated, many of them were staying at the Seventh-day Adventist Church in Salem. And they said to me, Chief, not because are we from ghetto, are we proud? And I was very impressed with how clean they kept that community, to the extent that anything they wanted, they called me and I gave them. They claim that Davy Hill is a ghetto. They claim that Davy Hill is a ghetto. This administration, in 5 years, has changed what they're calling a ghetto into a proud community. And we will, over the next 5 years, build it into a full community.
Yes.
Now, let us go down the road a little bit. Because there's a good friend of mine, I taught him in primary school. And he wants to say to you, everything we tell the government, and them have to do it. We can't think for ourselves. But as soon as the Hague government want to do something, jump up, oh, you need to do this and you need to do that. And then say, you know, consult the people. But this is what is going to happen.
Yes.
The Basic Needs Trust Fund operates under my direct ministerial supervision. The agreements under the Basic Needs Trust Fund must be signed by me as the Minister for Finance.
Yes.
Government of Montserrat has to put in a contribution to the project. And part of what is required is that we are building up this community as a proper community, which is why we have the consultative group working with you to build the community. And what we have said to them, we will build a community center for Davy Hill.
Yes.
We will build it.
Yes.
And you will have your community center.
Yes, home run.
The money has been approved. We're completing the designs. The Ministry of Lands has provided the lands. That community center is not just for having meetings. It will have the internet. So the children who don't have internet at home can go there and do their homework.
Yes.
People who want to do a little condiments, sugar cake, they want to do other things, craft, computer lessons for those who need to learn, and other things. That is what your community center is for.
Yes.
And when you want to have meetings, you can have your meetings there.
Yes. Yours.
It will be yours.
Yes.
But you cannot only have a community center, you need to have a playing facility. What's the name of your basketball team? What's the name of the basketball team from this community? Ras Valley. Now let me ask something. Is Ras Valley playing against Kojohead, who are currently leading in the championships?
No, it's Hilltop.
And Hilltop close by. Are you going to put a set of rookies to play?
No, sir.
A set of people who never play basketball, you're going to hire them in and say go and play against the top team and expect to win? No, you expect to have a set of people who have no experience. Listen to them in Parliament. Listen to them in Parliament. And they are going to say, Reuben Meade and this team cannot negotiate with the funding agents, but they can do a better job.
No way.
That is what they're saying. Now let's add one more thing.
We're blessed to have you. We are blessed to have you.
Let us look at one more thing. Currently, people on welfare are getting a maximum of $600.
Yes.
It is not enough money. But we can't afford to give any more, because we'll have to take some money out of education, take some money out of health, take some money out of doing other things to increase that. Who are some of the starting members? Charles Kernan. Charles Kernan. He ran with me back in 91. Good friend, cuts me off every now and again when I'm going wrong. But he will tell me what he has to say. Easton Taylor Farrell, although he did not run with us, he was part of that original group. Clarence Graves, not a politician, he was part of that group. Justin Hero Castle was part of that group. This is the nucleus of MCAP. You notice all of us, unless we have put some color in, all have gray hair. We are going out, and we have decided to renew and rebuild and extend the team. And we are looking now at succession planning. When we go out, we need other people to come in. Roy Graves, not yet 60, so he's still young. The youngster Jermaine Wade came in at 24 and doing a wonderful job. Nurse Brenda Daly, non-pretentious, telling you as it is. She's a nurse, she cares for people. Colin Riley, who joined us last election and has remained faithful. Dr. Samuel Joseph, intelligent, bright young man. We have the chairman. We have Tony Maloney. We have people like Richard. And we have many of you in the crowd there who have been with us all along. Cupid has been around. Austin Howe has been around. Will has been around. And others, and I'm going to call the name, including Mr. Meade. Or Arthur Meade, yes.
Yeah, my brother.
And let me just say one thing on Arthur Meade.
Alright.
Let me say one thing on Arthur Meade. We have some derelict vehicles in Montserrat. I signed an agreement to allow the scrap metal to include the derelict vehicles to be exported out of Montserrat. And the Honorable Don Romeo, I'm going to call his name now because he after me. He wanted to say that I had no authority to allow them to be employed.
Yes.
When I go into town and I see man like Buddha working, I say, here is a young man who couldn't get work, but he inside there working.
Yes.
And they want to say, have an investigation as to whether or not I have the authority. Gentlemen, did you give me the authority?
Yes.
What other authority we need than that?
Yes.
Putting people to work. Putting people to work. When we talk to you about development, a port, we're not asking whether or not it may be built. It will be built. The hospital will be built. The filling up pipe and span, and it will remain filled up.
Yes.
We are going to be building on it.
Yes.
And let me just add one little thing here. And I'm certain that I have permission to use her name. Sonia Charles sent me an email tonight. And she said, Reuben, the women who need to get their mammograms done, we need to get them to Antigua. Will you allow them to do the round trip for $100? I asked Charles Crown and he said, yes, we're going to do it.
Yes.
So we will allow the people who need to go under the mammograms $100 round trip to go and get your mammograms done.
Yes. Keep your hook in
We just got a call this today from the president of the Leeward Islands Association, Cricket Association, and he said to me, we need to bring more cricket teams to Montserrat. Can we bring in 2 teams on the weekend? They are coming in because of the programs we're putting in place.
Yes.
And people from Davy Hill have been able to do it.
Yes.
We are working for you. When you go to the polls on election day, what do you want to have? A set of rookies who have never driven a car to be driving your new car? Do you want a set of people who can't even run things for themselves to come and run things for you? Do you want somebody and a team that has a track record that has shown they have delivered for you to come back in and give them another 5 years to deliver? And this is what we're saying to you. Team MCAP. Team MCAP.
Tell them others plain, we vote in MCAP again. MCAP again. MCAP again. We done make up in mind what we say. We voting for the whole nine.
MCAP, Movement for Change and Prosperity.